Hi there. Today in this video, we are going to have a look at vertical square meter takeoffs and what they're generally used for. We will look at how to hide and show the takeoff labels to make the process easier, also how to complete deductions, as well as a couple of tips and tricks along the way to make the process easier. So I am in my estimate costing screen in the plasterer category, and I am going to be measuring the supply and fit plasterboard to walls to demonstrate how to do a vertical square meter takeoff. Now I've already got square meters in my unit of measurement area here next to this line item. So as soon as I hit the takeoff tool, we're going to be thrust into our plans, and Buildxact understands that we're doing a square meter takeoff. Now, that we're in the plans, we've got the tools available across the top left-hand side here. We've got a polygon drawing tool, a rectangular and a circular drawing tool, and also this line as well. And it is this line that this video is primarily concerned with, as this is how you can complete a square meter vertical takeoff. Now, this is one that gets missed quite a bit because a line measuring square meters doesn't seem to appear to be usable, but you'll notice as soon as you click on the line tool that this height box opens up. And essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in the height of the wall, which in this case is 2.4 meters high. And now when we draw a line on our plans, Buildxact is going to figure out the length of that line and multiply it by the value that we've placed in the height box. To demonstrate that, I'll draw a line down here on the left-hand side of bedroom 1, and you'll see that now that we've drawn that line, Buildxact has measured the length, multiplied it by 2.4, and we've got 8.23 square meters that has been worked out for the dimension of that wall. One thing to point out when we're doing a square meter takeoff, a vertical square meter takeoff that is that we can only draw one line at a time. So if I was to draw another line, we would see that I would need to basically double click my mouse to continue moving around the edges of this particular wall area. So again, clicking once will stop the line that I'm using now, and clicking twice will stop the line that I'm using now and also engage the next line. So I've essentially gone around bedroom 1, and I'm drawing a line over here to complete the wrapping of this room. One thing that you'll also notice is that all these labels are appearing. Essentially, they appear every time you complete an individual measurement in Buildxact, and generally they're quite useful. But in this application, they can sometimes get in the way, as you can clearly see. So to make the screen a lot more user-friendly, very strongly advised to turn the labels off whilst you're tracking around the walls, and to turn them on again, perhaps to review once you've finished. Another thing to point out is that there are going to be walls that require plaster on both sides. So as a bit of a tip, a great way to do this is to wrap rooms individually to ensure that, in this case, you can see this wall here has in fact got a line on both sides of the wall, as it's going to be plastered on both sides of the wall. So a great tip, and it is a bit of a personal preference, but I find it quite useful to basically wrap rooms individually, and this will naturally have the effect of capturing those walls that need to be plastered on both sides. There we go. Another thing to point out as well is how to complete deductions when doing a vertical square meter takeoff. So in this example, whilst I have measured this wall here, there is a window, and it's really personal preference as to whether or not you would just want to include that area of the window anyway and just use it as wastage. But if you did want to deduct the window, then it's quite simple to do. All we would need to do would be to turn the deduction tool on, first of all, so that we're subtracting an area from the overall total, but also to put the height of the window, in this case it's 900 high, in the height box. Essentially now we can draw our deduction tool, which is always a black line, and that will basically, you can see in the top right hand side here, it's basically subtracting from the overall running total. Now that I've completed my deduction and certainly measured the rooms and wrapped them all, we've got a total value of 78.44 square meters. And by hitting accept and save, that total will land into our estimate costing screen. So that's how to use the vertical square meter takeoff feature in Buildxact. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to hit the need help button. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you very much.